Hello, today we're going to look at quadratic equations. We're going to look at a thing called the discriminant. And the discriminant allows us to tells us how many roots or the nature of those roots of the quadratic equation. So if we started off with this quadratic equation and we were asked to find out how many roots are there and what are the nature of those roots, then we could, rather than solving it all, a quicker way of doing that, telling, would be to use this thing called the discriminant. Now, discriminant is part of the quadratic formula, and the discriminant is the expression underneath the square root. So this, your b squared minus 4ac, that is your discriminant. So we're going to use that later. Now, to get our values of a, b, and c, we're going to have to compare our equation to a general formula for a quadratic equation. So ax squared plus bx plus c. I would pop the 1's in, so it's 1x squared is 1x. So if we just compare, you can see a equals 1, you can see b equals 1, and you can also see c equals negative 6. So let's just write those down. A equals 1, b equals 1, and c equals negative 6. So if I was going to use the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, to tell me how many roots there are and the nature of those roots, we'd just pop those values in. So b is 1, so 1 squared. Subtract 4, a is 1, so 4 multiplied by 1, and c is negative 6. 1 squared. Oops. 1 squared is 1. And then, so we're doing the power first, now the multiplication. We've got negative 4 multiplied by negative 6, that's positive 24 multiplied by 1. So positive 24. So 1 plus 24 is 25. So in this case, b squared minus 4ac is positive, or it's greater than 0. Now whenever you have b squared minus 4ac, or the discriminant, greater than 0, that means there are 2 roots. So you can think about it, if you were graphing this quadratic, the graph would cut the x-axis at 2 points. Sorry, yes, the x-axis at 2 points. So b squared minus 4ac greater than 0, there's 2 roots, and you can say they're 2 real and distinct roots would technically be the best phrase to use, I think. You can also have b squared minus 4ac equals 0, which gives us 1 root. And if you think about that back up in the quadratic equation, if the square root of that is 0, then you've got the minus b, or negative b, plus or minus 0. You'll only be left with negative b over 2a. You will only have one solution, or one root. And the final case is where b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. You will have 0 roots. And if you think about that, go back up to quadratic formula, square root of a negative you can't have. It's impossible. If you can't have any values of x, you can't have any roots. So discriminant are a fairly quick way to check how many roots there are, if there are any roots, and these are our 3 cases here. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.